Okay, greetings from Colombia. I love it. Where's everybody tuning in from this evening? Oh, thank you. Thank you. This is my only shirt in this color, so I appreciate that. I am really excited about this training because I needed this training. So I wrote this training for me. And I don't know how many of you, just let me see. I'm going to go to the gallery here because I want to see everybody. Okay, camera's on if you can. Show me some love, show me some energy here. But how many of you are moms? Or put it in the chat. How many of you? Do I have any moms in here? Right? Mom in the chat. Okay. Cat mom. Maybe not. That's a mom. That's a mom. Okay. I don't know about some of you guys, but my world just got flipped upside down with the start of summer. Okay. It's chaos. And this first week has been just you think you're ready for it, but you're like, oh no, I'm a glorified chauffeur all day long. And so, I've really had to step back and get reorganized for the summer. And I think the summer is such an incredible time to um, either pull away. Not incredible to pull away, but I think one of two things happen in the summer. You either pull away or you can really use the summer to reignite, relaunch your business. So I'm a very visual person, so hope you don't mind, but I've created a little PowerPoint. I'm going to pull up here and let's see here. Notes, share screen. Just a minute here. Okay. Yeah, here. Okay. So this training tonight is all about just summer and helping you optimize, helping you get yourself organized. Okay. So the ones who win in September, they decide in June. They're getting ready now and starting to plant those seeds. And so tonight we're just going to go over what it looks like approaching kind of a fresh season. We're running into convention. And so we want to have a game plan for that. But I believe before you can really take off in your business, or if you've been in a slump, um, or you're just getting started in this industry, it's really important to understand who you are. A lot of people say find your why, and your why should make you cry. I don't know how many of you have heard that before, but I also believe that you need to have kind of a declaration statement, an identity statement, something that you speak over yourself and tell you who you are and live into that, make decisions based on that. So tonight we're going to go over a little bit of that identity, that power statement. We're going to talk about, what your minimums should be during maybe chaos. If the summer feels more chaotic, maybe some of you, it feels like an incredible time. Maybe some of you are school teachers and you've been working this in the pockets of your day. And now you have a lot more time to focus. I actually feel like sometimes with more time, we become less productive. And so I think it's even more important to plan your hours. We're going to talk about a 90-day blitz, the convention, how you're going to find people this summer, because something magical happens when the weather is nicer and people actually start leaving their homes a little bit more, and just some accountability that you can set up for yourself. So let's go over just this idea of an identity. So you won't execute on your game plan if you don't believe in yourself. We say there are three pillars to this business that you have to have standing solid to have success. That's belief in the company. I think we all have that. We're here. But if you're shaky on that, there's no excuse for you not to be at convention. You got to go get it. You got to go get that belief in the company. belief in the products. I mean, we believe in the products. That is the easiest part about being here at Riman is how we believe in the products. And then belief in yourself. So we're going to work a little bit about that belief in yourself. So who are you when no one's watching? Are you a builder? Are you contacting people? Are you still doing the thing that will make you grow? I believe that motivation is short-lived and that how we see ourselves is oftentimes what carries us through when we're feeling maybe emotional, when we're feeling drained, when we're feeling burned out. It is, who am I? Do I listen to my emotions? Do I listen to my excuses? Do I succumb down to the level of my circumstances? Or who do I become when things are hard, when obstacles are in the way, when I'm not feeling it? Who are you? So that's to me more than any motivating video you could show me or any motivating speech is who am I? Who do I want to be? So take notes as we go through this training. It is a training, okay? I'm not going to take you through the time tonight, but I told you I built this training for myself because I needed to get organized. And I started here and I wrote down just a statement kind of about how I wanted to show up this summer, what that looks like for me. Fresh start, new run, who am I? And so I just started writing, didn't really think much about it, but kind of like my declaration statement. Okay, and I'm going to read it, and then we're going to go to the next slide, and you're going to shorten it, and you're going to pick from it. So just as your homework, and when you get off this call or tomorrow morning when you wake up and have your coffee, I want you to write out who you're going to be, how you're going to show up in your next 90 days. So I know my priorities, and I protect them. My family gets my presence and intentional time filling up love tanks first. So if you're a mom, and I remember working this as a single mom with a 4-year-old, I had to wear her down at the park and fill up her love tank before I could sit her in front of the TV for an hour and run and do my DMO. Okay. So like, just think about what do you got to do to create the margin of space for yourself to do what you need to do. So filling up the love tanks, I plan for fun. So putting fun events on the calendar and I'm present when it arrives. My business does not get put on the back burner, but planned for and executed with focus and consistency daily. My DMO is clear and my month calendar and work hours are set in advance. I work my business with strategy versus reacting to it and wasting time doing non-income generating activity. I understand the law of harvest. You always reap what you sow 90 days later, and I want to arrive at convention with an increase, not a decrease, of what I will reap from disciplined and inspired action taken in summer. I show up organized, on purpose, and on schedule. I know that may feel long, but sometimes when I'm sitting on my patio outside having my coffee, it can get that way. So I want you to put some music. I want you to feel yourself. I don't know if you're planning on going to convention yet, and we'll talk about that. But for the moment, I want you to envision yourself sitting at convention and thinking back to that one Zoom call you got on in June where you were going to set your intention on who you are and how you were going to handle your business. So take some time putting pen to paper, a way more powerful. I only typed it out for this, but it's on a notepad, okay? So then, just for the sake of being able to look at something and say something every day, having a sticky note, on your mirror, in your car, something like that, you can shorten it up. And it's, I am blank because blank. Okay. And my shortened version of that was I am a woman of faith and grit who built her business in the margins of motherhood because freedom for my family is not optional. Okay, so create that power statement that you're saying every day before you get started, in your quiet time where you're anchoring down, have that power statement and then have the longer declaration, paragraph to read over, to feel it. Okay. So taking time to write, this is your summer anchor, put it up in front of you. So let's talk about setting minimums. I really get pen to paper on this, okay? You need to think about what's best for you. These are not my minimums. My minimums are higher than this because I have big goals. I don't know what your goals are. You're the only one responsible for how far you go, how fast you go, the energy in which you go with, but you have to have minimums. Consistent action every day is better than one big day of action with than 5 days off. Okay. So I want you to build that muscle this summer. Like we're going to the weight room, we're going to build that consistency. So, how many reach outs are you going to do? Are you going to be activating your social media? To me, that's a really important platform. And the first year, I never used my social media I hit director in a year with no social media because I couldn't. I was coming from another company and I legally couldn't. So let me just encourage you now, you don't need social media to build this business. You need to talk to people. And however you can do that is awesome. But now that I can post on social media, I want to build it up. I want to build a presence. And not just so I can sell something, but so that when I'm talking to people, they can check out my wall and they can kind of see other things going on. So they're not like, who is this talking to me? It's kind of like I'm building a resume on my wall. I'm building credibility on my wall. It's a narcissistic world, but it's the day and age where you have a brand, people, you know? So, how many times are you going to post? Are you going to, be committed to just sharing one or two stories a day in your storyline? Or are you like, I'm going to make a post or I'm going to make a reel or I'm going to make a carousel? I don't know, but you need to set up a minimum. And then how many follow-ups are you going to be doing? Because the fortune is in the follow-up. So here's just an example. One new message, one follow-up, one connection. That's it. Okay. When I say a message, there's a difference between making new connections. Every day you want to try and get into some new conversations with people. Facebook groups is an awesome place to do that because you immediately start in alignment on a topic that you're both interested in. So, I tell people that are kind of brand new to social media, that's a really good place to start engaging with people. But you want to continue to add new contacts, new friends, and just start engaging with people. But to me, the minimum isn't done until I have sent an invite. That's that connection till I have sent an invite. And that could be an invite to, a overview. That could be an invite to watch a sizzle video. That could be an invite to see if they're open to trying the world's number one Korean skincare. It is an invite that is income generating that will put you on what I like customer CRM path. That invite or that share puts somebody in the path where now you're moving them along into being a raving fan, just using the skincare, or your next planner, but they're on the pathway. So a minimum would be one a day. Did you get into that share or that connection? Okay, so those are just some ideas, but it's really important to set your minimums. I just launched a new planner. She's running for senior manager. And the other day she was like, I messaged 20 people. I've hardly heard back from anyone. And I'm like, yeah, me too, 2 days ago. And that's why we go and we keep track of our pipeline and we follow up. You know what? I have two messages sitting in my messenger inbox I know what they want to talk about, and I haven't been in the mental space to open it yet. I'm not ready to talk about that yet because I haven't been ready. I've been really busy these last 2 days coming back from a holiday. People may really be interested in your skincare, but we compartmentalize when we are ready to look at something and move on something. And it has nothing to do with you. It's how the brain works and it's how we compartmentalize things. So do not get discouraged. And your job is not to be married to what they say back. It is to send it, set them on the pathway, mark follow up in 3 days, and go back around and see. And sometimes if it looks like they haven't even seen it, I'll just go start liking and commenting on their page. Just, "Oop, I'm still here, and hopefully they'll remember they had asked for information. I sent it to them. So let's go over your 90-day summer blitz goals. Okay. How many customers do you want? How many planners do you want? What is your rank goal? Okay, guys, these are performance-based goals. You can't control the outcome, but I guarantee you, if you don't write down a number, you're not moving. You're not going to be close to it. Put the number down that makes you a little uncomfortable. Put the number down that stretches you a little bit because you will be so much farther if you will write a number down than if you just are on here watching this lovely Zoom tonight. It's interactive. It's for you. It was for me. I needed it. I assume you do. You got to go through setting things pen to paper and creating those goals. After you do that, it's time to work backwards. So to hit this number in 90 days, and the reason why I love 90 days is because our convention is about in 60, and that gives you a month of extreme momentum where everybody has their most on fire seed planting, harvest, reaping things happening when they come out of convention. It's a contagious energy that exudes and things start happening right after you come out of convention. So it's an incredible 30 days to cap the 90. All right. But work backwards. Where do you need to be July 1st to be on target for 90 days? Where on October 1st? How many conversations a week does that require? And, if you don't know a ballpark of that, start tracking. Start tracking your reach outs. Start tracking your conversations. Start tallying, the ones that ordered. So really start getting an idea, because what is so cool is the longer you do it, the more awkward you get, the more you fail, the more you learn, the higher ratio that becomes. And you're going to look back on this someday and be so proud of yourself that you started the process of planning the parties, doing the vendor shows, messaging the people. And there may be different environments where your close ratio is way higher. Like a K-pop party, way higher than messaging 20 people through Instagram, right? K-pop parties, vendor shows, way higher. So work backwards. Number 3, build your schedule block. So we're all busy. I'm a glorified chauffeur right now. Incredible. All the little times I'm having to leave and come. Love the phone, love Zoom, love that this is a mobile business. But there has to be some concrete windows where this is so priority. All right. So just to give you an idea, identify a small work window each day and then write the time. A small work window probably looks like 30 minutes. Okay. Maybe even 15. I had a business partner one time who was a full-time nurse. She was working long shifts and she would go to the bathroom and shoot out 5 messages on the toilet. I kid you not. And she did great. Okay. But that was part of her game plan. And on her lunch break, she went in the car. She did follow-ups from her bathroom messages. Okay. Where there's a will, there's a way, but you've got to get strategic on when you're opening up that phone, or, when you're planning that drive-by glow up, or when you're going to go drop that bag off. Every Tuesday, I will do a borrow bag. I will find somebody in a 10-mile radius, and I'm going to have 30 minutes to get there, get back, and I will always have someone ready and lined up for a borrow bag or an express facial. On Fridays, I have an hour and a half. I'm going to call up a friend and say, "Hey, can I stop by and give you a glow up?" All the ideas, but how are you getting product on faces? How are you moving the ball forward? Okay. Then, and I don't know your goals, but I think most everyone starts this part-time and you don't go full-time really till you double, triple your income. But you need to work in 2 to 3 protected longer work hours. Maybe you kind of need to learn a new skill. Maybe on your way to work in the morning, you need to listen to some trainings, to some replays. Maybe you're brand new and you haven't been hitting the orientations or the opportunities because I believe in your first 90 days of the business, you should be hearing it all the time, saying it in your sleep, really taking it in as you take action. Maybe for me today, one of my, I call it the personal developments. It has business development. I listen to MLM Nation with Simon Chan. When I have a good drive, I'll pick out a podcast. I'll hear from another network marketers who's had success and get ideas. And as I'm listening, I don't just take it all in. I'll voice memo, try this, do this, loved this, and then take action on that. Okay. So put in 2 to 3 longer work windows per week. If you have little ones at home, this can be during a nap time. This can be after you wear them down at the pool or at the park and you're going to allow the, TV to be a babysitter. I got to a place as a single mom in my business where I was paying for a teenage girl to come over for 2 hours twice a week so I could have an uninterrupted 2 hour time block. That was an investment into my business. And it made me feel good that my daughter was doing crafts and having fun with someone. So single moms, we're very savvy. We will find a way. So put it in your calendar. You have to be 2 things in this business. You have to be um, an employer and an employee. Are you being your own boss? And are you being a good employee to yourself? Does that make sense? Nobody's going to tell you what to do here. Would you hire or fire yourself? Okay. I mean, if you can let that sink in, most people don't make it in this industry because they need a boss. They need to clock in. They need to clock out. They need to be told what to do. You are here because you don't want that. So are you being a good employer and are you being a good employee? Are you taking that hat on and off? Okay, let's get to one of the most important things about your summer plan. August 6th, going to Vegas. Okay, this business is not built month to month. It's built event to event. I truly believe this. When I bring in a new planner, there is an intensity, there is a kind of almost a fear that if I don't get them to the this upcoming event, that they're going to fizzle out. Because I know how isolating this business can be at times. I know how alone it can be at times. You may not have talked to many people today, and just showing up on this Zoom feels social to you, which it's sad in our day and age, right? We have this false sense of connection. Event is where you go get with live human beings and your soul needs it. Your business needs it. You do not know how important it is until you have experienced it. And I've been in this industry for over 15 years and I have I have heard and seen the same things over and over again, and I still get exactly what I need out of the events. All you got to do is show up. And the craziest things are sometimes it's not from stage. That is that little switch that sets you on fire and elevates your business. It might just be a conversation in the hallway. I'm telling you, you don't know what you're going to get, but when you show up, you get exactly what you need. Okay. So I want you to be honest and assess this right now. It is a yes or no question. In the Bible, it says, if you are lukewarm, I will spit you out of my mouth. So this is a yes or no right now. Not, are you not even thinking about it? Have you not even thought about it yet? Or are you going? I didn't ask, are you going? No. There is no, I'm not going right now. No, there's no, there are some certain things that I would prioritize over an event, but that has rarely taken place in my life where those things conflict. Okay. But I need you to put your mind on it. I need you to start going to look at the plane ticket, go look at the hotel ticket. If you're not doing that, you don't even know how much it costs. You don't know what you're saving for. You know, I have really no empathy for excuses when it comes to financials of getting to an event because I've been dirt poor and got to events. Okay. I've had teammates sell a motorcycle. I had a guy sell his motorcycle, his baby, his love to get to an event. I had a couple that didn't have a house and they drove in a van with 8 other people and they all split a room and they put sleeping bags on the floor. Like I've had moms do garage sales, marketplace, because they calculated the investment it would take to put into themselves and they had a plan. And August is coming, and we're talking about this right now in June because we are going to be people of, you know, good stewardship. What do you need to have success in this business to get to the event? So, what do you need to get to the event? Okay. Lots of leaders will talk to you about the power of events, but I need you to just think right now, what do I need to get to the event? And then who are you bringing? You know, if you've been here for a while, is it a new teammate? Is it brand new teammates? Is it people who have been, quiet teammates that maybe they just need to be invited? They just need to know you still know they're there. Maybe it's a prospect that's sitting on the fence. We hear, so much. We heard on a team leader call today about Senior Director Karen, who wasn't signed in when she came to her first event. Are you inviting prospects to the event? Grab some girlfriends and get to Vegas and say, "Hey, we're gonna have fun and grow and learn about skincare, and that'll be so fun." Events reignite people that words can't reach. So, how are you making it happen? A good idea would be to make money in June and reinvest as a tax write-off into going to the event. You can make some good cash through some vendor shows, selling those experience kits, getting new customers. But there's other ways to do it as well. Where there's a will, there's a way. I've seen people do anything. So you just got to be resourceful. And it's June, so get after it. Finding people this summer. We're almost there. These are just some ideas for you. Do you have a party planned? People love a good patio gathering. Everybody's happy the sun is out. Okay. We'd rather all go to a patio gathering than going in the winter to somebody's living room. Now, you do what you got to do, but I'm just saying your chances for getting people out are going up in the summer. People are more social. Keep it casual. Come hang. I'm taking a few women through a Korean glass skin facial. I said all buzzwords there. Would love to see you. Low pressure invites, have good high show ups if you follow up with them. I'm so excited to see you. Hey, could you bring this for me? Give them a responsibility. Get out and network. Not just K-pop parties, just network. Like, are you looking for planners? Are you looking for teammates? Arrange more coffees, have some happy hours, invite people out to talk that you would want to work with. Have you looked at local vendor shows? My daughter is setting up a booth at a First Friday downtown here in a couple weeks. I know one of my teammates, Lori, is doing a K-pop party tonight, and I think her daughter's basement. Have you looked at local Facebook groups? Do you know any little events going on that you could go set up and have some exposure? Now, at vendor shows, it's ideal to make money, but I believe that one of the strongest things you can get out of a vendor show is leads, right? You can get random leads from social media, but you can get some strong leads from vendor shows. And that's literally building your pipeline, your list. Your list is being built there. So, starting conversations, and it's a much higher ratio if you can do a K-pop party or do demos at vendor shows, live people, drive-bys, borrow bags. Your ratios for sales goes way up if we can get product on faces, let people see, smell, feel. That is just going to help your business this summer. So, the other thing is involve your family. Okay, here's one of just the final little tips. You can feel very torn, as I know as a mother sometimes when now your kids are home, or things are a little bit more chaotic, and it is really important that you share your goals with them and that they know when your work blocks are. Okay, they need to see you take your job seriously, because someday they're going to have a job. They have to study. They have to go in their room and close the door and study. You know how they learn that? By modeling. Because mom has to go in her office from 12 to 1 and close the door and make money so I can afford your basketball shoes. Okay, it's great to model, and it's awesome that you have an opportunity to make income and show your family, show your children what that process looks like, what goals look like, what work ethic looks like. I just pray to God I can be a good steward, and I can show my daughter through modeling what hustle, grit, toughness, work, strategy, organization looks like, by not telling her, but just showing her. And this is a platform. This is nothing but a platform for me to live it out and model qualities of a woman that I want her to encompass someday. So involve your family. If your kids are little, set up some goals. Mommy wants to hit 10 customers this month. And if I do, we're all going to go out to get ice cream. So hold me accountable. Every time mommy gets a new customer, we're going to put a check mark on the fridge. Put a whiteboard on there, put a check mark on it, and take them in the process with you. That's the best schooling they're ever going to get anyway, I think. So it's the world of the entrepreneur. Ask your partner and a teammate, partner at home, husband, wife, ask them to hold you accountable to the goals that you're setting, and then ask a teammate to hold you accountable to the goals that you're setting and to be your support system. But let your family be in the journey, be a part of the rewards, and cheer you on. So this is just a little segment on social media. I'm not going to spend long on this because I already kind of talked about it, but just what are you committed to? Pick a number of how often you're going to post stories, things like that. People want to know you, like you, trust you to buy from you. So how are you showing your brand online, who you are? How are they identifying with you, saying, "Oh, I love that too. Oh, I'll buy." That's how it works. Psychologically, it's how it works. So, what will you show? Plan out your content so you're not waking up each day going, I don't know what to post. Here are your pillars. I'm a basketball mom. I'm a Christian. I'm a leader. I'm a skincare girl. These are the pillars, and this is kind of like what I recycle through on my social media, and it attracts people, and the people who identify with me end up asking about the skincare 1 in 5 posts or 6 posts that I make about it. Okay, so exciting things, pool days, road trips, morning routines, kids chaos, still showing up, all the things. Show the behind the scenes. People want to see the authentic. So just get uncomfortable with get comfortable with being uncomfortable and just starting your journey because everybody needs the brand. So what is your minimum on hard days? What's that going to be? Sometimes you can just slap a poll up in a storyline and call for a little engagement. Memorial Day, we went out to the lake and I was trying, I was going to try and close work down. So I got up a carousel of before and after pictures, put it on there, went to the lake, had a great day, had my phone away, came back, went over the post. So that's a good day. Sometimes that is the good day, right? So get it, let your post work for you while you're not working. So finally make your commitment, read your power statement out loud, have a plan. By September 1st, I will blank and my family knows it. I will blank and my family knows it. Okay. And this just encompasses everything that we talked about. So discipline and schedule gets you through June. You got to set this up. You got to set up your discipline and your schedule and start creating it in June. Consistency and habits that you built in June will carry you through July. Okay? Both get you to that 90-day mark in September. So that, my friends, is all I have for you this evening. I hope this was helpful, but I hope you leave this call and you do the work. Spend that time setting those goals, envisioning it, getting your minimums, knowing your identity statement, and start getting after it. Okay. Thanks for joining me tonight. Have a wonderful time.